Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today I'm wearing extremely short shorts. But more importantly, we're going to be looking at Harbor Freight's new tools that they've recently released. I like to do these videos every 3 weeks or so, and I'm not going to lie, this one's not as, at least my point of view, not as exciting as the last couple ones that we've done. Not as many new items released, but we're going to go over them. I really hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your guys' thoughts if you guys have already picked up some of these new items, if you have any experiences with that same type of tool, and just your overall thoughts of them, and I'll just share as much information as possible. So the first item up, they have a dual drum rotary rock tumbler. Not going to go into that. $70. It's a rock tumbler. They do have a new dovetail jig from Warrior for $40. They have a Gordon 20-in-1 multi-tool for $40. At that point, I'm just going to get a Leatherman or a Gerber. Those are the two brands that I've used for multi-tools and really enjoy them. If you guys have used this Gordon brand and a multi-tool from them, please let me know your guys' thoughts. But it's already at $40. But some of these can get quite expensive, so I can understand wanting a multi-tool that's a little bit more affordable. The first actual one that we're really going to go over is this new Icon Professional Mechanics Screwdriver Set. This is an 8-piece set for $50. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear Icon already had a screwdriver set out, but when I went through Harbor Freight's website, I could not find anything as far as the normal screwdriver set. I know they have their 4-piece mini set, their 4-piece Torx set, and then they have like nut driver sets. I swear I had already seen a screwdriver set in the past that was like this or similar, but it's not available. This is the only actual one that I could find on their website that's a full screwdriver set, and it's still a small set, but it's a nice set. Now, I don't know if they had this set prior and did a couple changes and just released this and got rid of the set that they had before, or if I'm losing my mind and they never actually had a set similar to this before. So if you guys know, please let me know down in the comments. I think if they did have one before, some of the upgrades or changes that they've done to it would be the cam out on the tips. So it seems like a nice little set. You got 4 Phillips, 4 slotted. You have an identifier on the ends of each of the handle, which is a dual material chemical resistant handle. But the Phillips do now incorporate a cam out design very similar to the Vera, and the lines on this one are straight, where the Veras are laser etched at an angle. A few companies have started to do this. Vera, I think, was the first one that I knew about, but I do know a few other, I think it's Vessel that has the Jaws fit feature. So there are a few companies out there that have slight variations of this type of feature, and I will say it is a great feature. I don't know how it's going to work with the straight lines. I'm sure Snap-on may have something similar to that. I'm not sure. I don't run the Snap-on screwdrivers. I do have the Vera and I do have Vessel, which I love both of those, and I can say for certainty that those features work phenomenal in really gripping Phillips head fasteners or screws really, really well. So I'm kind of excited to see how these hold up. So hopefully here soon we start getting some reviews on these, but that is something that I noticed. And then these are magnetic. They do have a hex base feature on 4 of the 8 screwdrivers. You have this hex base. It does come in that heavy duty blow molded little case. You can see a little bit more information on it if you guys would like to pause and read that. And then as far as sizes, on the slotted, you're going to get a 1/4 inch by 1.5 inches long, 3/16 by 3 inches long, 1/4 inch by 4 inches long, 5/16 by 6 inches long. And then you're going to get a number 1 Phillips at 3 inches, number 2 Phillips at 1.5 inches, number 2 at 4 inches, and a number 3 at 6 inches. I will say the sizing on some of these are a little bit awkward. The stubbies, the handle is quite a bit bigger than the actual drive portion of the screwdriver, which is a little awkward. There are a couple brands out there that are like that. I get it if you have big old bear paws, something like this might be handy in a stubby screwdriver, but normally when I'm looking at using a stubby screwdriver, I prefer a stubby screwdriver, but a lot of the times it is restricted access, and these aren't necessarily stubby. They're quite large for stubbies, I should say. and those aren't going to include the hex bolster. Then you have your number 1 Phillips and your 3/16 slotted that aren't going to include the hex bolster, but then the 1/4 inch and your number 2 and 3 Phillips are going to all include those bolsters there at the bottom. Overall, I think it's a nice set. $50 isn't terrible, not great, but not terrible. I look forward to hearing more in the future about the cam out design on how well it holds up. So pretty interesting there. But once again, if you guys, I swear they had a set before, so if they just replaced it, please let me know down in the comments. Next up, they have the Vulcan Outlaw 195 engine driven stick welder and AC generator with CO secure technology. This is $1,800. I don't have any experience with that, not going to go too much into it. If you guys have any personal thoughts on it, please leave it down in the comments. They have the McGraw long barrel air hammer for $40. Having an air hammer is always handy, and you can get some pretty decent ones for pretty cheap out there. Now, if this is a tool that you're going to be using all the time on a weekly, monthly basis, probably step it up into the better quality ones. But to have one to get you out of a pinch every once in a while, some of these cheaper ones can actually do and be a great thing to have on hand. Here's just a little bit of information on it. Not going to go over it a whole lot. And its specifications. Hercules with another blade for the circular saw. Then Hercules with a battery pack and battery. 5 amp hour battery, extended performance lithium ion, 4 amp multi-voltage charger. This is their starter kit, because a lot of the tools that they have, Hercules and Bauer, they've started in the last year and a half or so putting together kits, a drill that'll come with a battery and a charger. But a lot of times, honestly, if you're getting into one of the lineups, you were stuck basically buying the tool, then buying the battery, then buying the charger. Now they're starting to put together kits, but only a few of them. But here you can buy a battery and a charger. It is one of the larger batteries, so pretty decent there at $120. But once again, always do your research into these. A lot of the times you can get, it might sound good, you buy a Hercules drill for $60, saved a bunch of money, right? And then if you don't have the battery or the charger already, you're already looking at buying another battery and then a charger or something like this, and you're already above what you would pay for a kit that you could pick up for $100 to $150 from a big name brand one. Not saying that Hercules and Bauer don't have really good deals. Some of them are really good deals. If that's something you want to look into. All I'm saying is make sure to do your research and you're getting the best deal possible. Black Widow has really been pumping out some products at Harbor Freight. I've never used them. I know quite a few people who have used them, and also noticed that they've really been pushing out some new stuff lately within the last, 5 or 6 months. This is the gravity feed dual action trigger airbrush. Silicone rubber plug and cap set. These are always handy to have on hand, whether you're dealing with any chemical lines or anything automotive related. Having things like this can be great, especially when I was redoing all of the fuel lines and stuff on my car. Caps like this can be really handy, and having an assortment so you can get the tightest fit possible is really nice. And the fact that this comes with plugs and caps is really nice. It's a 116 piece set, so you get quite a variety there. And it's $20, so this is actually something that I might invest in. I have a decent assortment, but it could definitely be better, and no sense in spending a ridiculous amount of money on these, at least for me. So I think this is a nice little addition. And then, like I was saying, Black Widow coming out with some more items. This is their professional airbrush compressor kit for $200. Not going to pretend like I don't know anything about painting or airbrushing. $200, I mean, it seems like a pretty nice kit, but I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff. If you do know about Black Widow, any experiences with them, and your thoughts on this would be appreciated down in the comments. Because even though I don't have experience with it, at least I can get a pretty good feedback from my viewers. So if anybody asks in the future, I can let them know, hey, I don't have personal experience with them, but overall from my viewers, I've had, mostly positive or mostly negative feedback on these. So your guys' input is always appreciated. Here's a Black Widow by Spectrum Precision Control Gravity Feed Dual Action Airbrush. So once again, they're really pushing some stuff out. It seems like a pretty nice little kit, honestly. Here they have a Hercules cordless 2-stage vacuum pump. This is the tool only for $140. They have a replacement kit for the 4-gallon backpack sprayer. It's a 3-piece kit, the wand and hose and attachment, for $15. Then they have the 20-pound pressurized abrasive blaster at $90, which isn't bad. A little mobile little setup here. And then I believe this is roughly where we had started the last video that we did on Harbor Freight's new tools, which with that pipe threading die kit. And then I definitely know we went over the Bauer cordless ratchets, both 3/8 and 1/2 inch, and then their 5 amp hour battery and charger as well at $99 compared to the $120 for the Hercules one. So that is it as far as the new releases from Harbor Freight. Please let me know your guys' thoughts. I apologize for not having experience with the painting stuff, and not a whole lot of automotive related stuff released lately, so it wasn't that exciting for me this time, but stay tuned. I'm sure they'll be releasing some really good stuff here soon. Once again, let me know your guys' thoughts on some of these items if you have any experiences with them or your thoughts on them in general. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.